Wouldn't you like to learn how the sixth marital preemptive P, passion, can keep your marriage relationship exciting and alive? Stay with us as we tap into the energy of this magnetic desire. Hello, welcome to another episode of Marriage Hacks with Joseph
and Miriam,
with real talk,
real solutions
for a healthy, thriving marriage.
We're going to read a couple of scriptures like we always do, but before we do that, let's understand what being passionate looks like. Passion in marriage is a state of intense emotional and physical longing for connection with the partner. It can include sexual attraction, but it also involves other aspects of the relationship, such as compassionate understanding, which is genuinely sharing curiosity and the understanding of each other. Then there's physical touch, expressing and receiving affection through physical closeness and touch, such as holding hands, which is my favorite, hugging, and kissing. Then there's emotional vulnerability, being more emotionally open during sex. Finally, passion is often high at the beginning of a relationship, but it can decline over time.
Okay, so now we're going to get into our scriptures, and the first one is Jonah 4:6, and this is the King James Version. It says, "And the Lord God prepared a gourd and made it to come over Jonah, that it might be a shadow over his head, to deliver him from his grief. So Jonah was exceeding glad of the gourd." Your partner is that gourd or that plant to provide shade and comfort. So because of this, you should show intense emotions and a strong desire towards them. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, Jesus comes to take his bride, the church, with a great act of passion. That's right, a great act of passion. First Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 16 to 17.
King James Version.
Yeah, King James Version. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with a trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we will ever be with the Lord." The thought of being with the love of your life
down, baby.
forever should make you feel very passionate. Passionate love can contribute to greater fulfillment, happiness, well-being, and relationship success.
Wow, I really hope that I can match that enthusiasm,
Yes,
Joe.
excitement. But just think about it. When I read that, I never thought about 1 Thessalonians like that until I started getting ready for this preemptive P. You know, the fact that scripture said that Jesus, when he was coming to get his bride, the church, he came with a shout, and then a trumpet of the archangel. So if Jesus can be excited for his bride, the church, then we should show some excitement for our spouses. Okay, Miriam, so I'll let you continue.
Okay. During this episode, we'll be looking at the signs of a passionate relationship and how to rekindle one that has faded. Okay, let's look at the signs of a passionate relationship. You're preoccupied with your thoughts of that partner. It just cracks me up. Joe leave for work and he'll come back and go, "Did you think about me today?" And I'm like, "No, baby, I was doing A, B, C, D. I was doing this, and that." "But did you think about me today?" So I'll go, "Yes, baby, I thought about you. Real good thoughts."
But just think about it. When you first got married, I know, well, before you got married, I know before when Miriam and I were dating, but we know we were going to get married. That woman was on my mind all the time. I mean, constantly. I was constantly thinking about her smile, her brown skin, those brown eyes, just everything about her. I was thinking about it.
He used to tell me that in my glasses, y'all remember that, what was it? Oh, shoot. The Sexual Healing song.
Oh, yes.
And
that video.
The video, Marvin Gaye. And there was a scene where this woman had her hair kind of like this, and she wore glasses, and he'd go, oh, you look like that woman in those glasses. And I go, oh, Lord, don't let that video come on again. Okay. So being preoccupied with thoughts of your partner, wanting to be with your partner constantly.
Now, you know.
What do I know, Joe?
No, I mean, you know that at least I used to want to be with you all the time.
Yeah, he still does.
Now,
drives me crazy.
Now, when we first met, we met on our job.
Yeah.
At Rental Center in Salisbury. Mm-hmm. So we were together all the time, as far on and off. At work, and then after work, you know. And so I was used to being pretty much by her side all the time. So that was just a thing.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Talking for hours about your partner and loving everything about your partner. Now, I want to say this. Through the years as a woman, being pregnant 5 times, having 4 babies, my body has been through many ups and downs, like all of us, you know, after 35 years of marriage, being in my 60s. But this man has always made me feel good about my body. Even when I look in the mirror and I go, ugh, he'll just look at me and go, And I'm like, oh, this man has lost his freaking mind. Look at this. But he's always made me feel good in that way. So I just wanted to say thank you, baby.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay.
You know, now we're on talking about the partner, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I remember telling my friends that weren't so happy because, you know why? Because they hadn't found their good thing yet. and they were like, oh man, I guess in their mind they were like, oh man, I don't have anybody I can run around with now. This man's getting married. But I used to tell them about Miriam all the time and what I liked about her and everything. And I know a lot of times they got tired of hearing me talk, but that's the way it is.
That's why they didn't like me.
What's the way?
And I had extremely long hair in the 80s. I mean, I had hair all the way down my back, and that was one thing that he loved. So over the years, but I got sick many years ago and my hair started falling out, so it never got back to the length that it once was. And I know that that's something that he misses, that long hair, but he accepts me with my short hair.
And I remember the first chance I got to bring Miriam to Greensboro, and I went to our old hangout on Douglas Park, Greensboro. A lot of people know where Douglas Park is in Greensboro. But anyway, I knew my friends would be at Douglas Park, and so I drove around there with Miriam, and I said, yeah, this is my wife, this is my girlfriend. Well, at that time, she was my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. So I was showing her off to all my friends. You remember that?
I remember. I remember. It was sweet. Okay, Joe.
Okay, no, this is your turn. You still going, right?
No, I said loving everything about your partner.
Oh, okay.
Now it's your turn.
Now, here are some tips to rekindle passion in a marriage. The first thing is change your pattern of initiating sex. Now, it's easy. It's easy to get into a routine.
Yeah.
You know, of doing things, but sometimes you need to change it up. You need to do something a little different, something to spice things up. And you know, Miriam and I, you know, we're going on 35 years
35 years.
of being married.
And we're going on a Caribbean cruise for our 35th wedding anniversary
Oh,
in
yes.
September.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
yes.
so excited.
We're gonna have such a good time. And
Miriam's going to get her groove back.
guess what? That's gonna be an excellent time to do some rekindling.
Some rekindling. Okay.
The rekindling.
And bring some firewood.
Yeah. But anyway, we've been married going on 35 years, and so it's a challenge. You have to do it for your marriage. You have to think about new things, do new things, and experiment with new things. I'm not going to tell you those new things to do, but you can figure it out between you and your partner. Okay, the next one is allow tension to build. Yes, allow tension to build. You want to speak on that? Allowing tension
Well,
to build?
that's different for other people, everybody. That's different for everybody.
Take your time. Don't rush it. Take your time.
But that also includes building tension throughout the day.
Yeah.
The call, like I can tell when Joe wants some because
Why you had to go there? Why did you have to go there?
well, we go there all the other time. But I keep I love you, baby. You're my chocolate. You're this. You're that. And has a bunch of emojis, and I go, oh, he wants some. That's what that is.
But anyway, yeah, that's my way of building tension. I mean, you have to.
But I keep telling him, it's what you do every time. Change it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change it up. That's one
Yeah.
thing I'm gonna have to do. Is change up my approach. But
And my approach is, yeah, I know you love me. I mess with him. I taunt him. I know you love me. Yeah, yeah. Miriam, what? Like, give me a kiss. I want to give you a kiss. Stuff like that. That's the way I play. That's the way I play.
yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be quiet before I get myself in trouble. All right. So separate sexual intimacy from routine. We just talked about that. Routine. Try to change things up.
And remember, intimacy isn't always just about sex. Intimacy is what we were talking about, holding hands. I love holding hands. I told you all that story about several years back. We went somewhere and Joe asked me what was my favorite thing about what we did that weekend. And I told him it was when we held hands on the way walking to the Bojangles from the hotel. And like I told y'all, ever since then, every time we go somewhere, he grabs my my hand. But to me, it's the simple things. It's because I love to watch TV. And I've noticed that over the last couple of weeks, he's been watching more of my TV shows. Like, I love Supernatural. Yeah, you Christian folk can get mad about it, but I love myself some Dean and Sam Winchester. Okay. But especially the last couple of days, he's been watching Supernatural with me. And he'll ask me questions and I'll go back and have to explain, which drives me crazy to do that. But the fact that he wants to know and he wants to understand what's going on is important to me.
Yeah, I figured out a long time ago that if I want to spend...
Oh, so you're going to tell on me now?
No, I'm just saying. But you need to do this with your partner. If you want to spend quality time with them, connect with them with something that they're interested in and something that they enjoy. Because I'm gonna tell you, before I met Miriam, I wasn't halfway interested in the supernatural, science fiction. But once I got with Miriam and realized that that's something that she enjoyed, I mean, I had to just embrace certain things. I'm gonna tell you, the hardest one was The Walking Dead. I mean, I'm telling you.
I watched it. I stopped watching it back in 2016.
Yeah, when she stopped watching it when they brought that Jesus character on.
And he was a homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. That turned me off. Yeah. I said, I ain't messing with my Jesus.
Yeah. And I don't blame her. But that was the hardest one to watch, was The Walking Dead.
Yeah, but when he watched it, he was all into it. Miriam, what happened to so-and-so? And I go, well, baby, you didn't want to know, did you? It messed him up when they took the little girl out into the field and said, look at the flowers, whatever her name was, and they shot the little girl in the head because she was crazy. She was crazy. But anyway, Walking Dead fans will know what I'm talking about.
Well, the next one is carve out time to spend with your partner. Now, this is something that Miriam and I, we already do anyway, because we're so busy with our schedules. We know that, okay, a certain time, certain day, this is our time. And so it's been like that. So you have to be intentional. If you want passion to remain in your relationship, it has to be intentional. Right, Miriam?
Yes, right. and one thing that we haven't been able to do so far this summer is how we told you in another video that we go walking. We'd have lunch walks where we walk downtown, which is about 3.5, 4 miles for us to walk. We would walk to downtown Winston-Salem, have lunch somewhere, and then walk back home. That was very enjoyable. That's something that we like to do. And another thing that we like to do is we have friends, Sergio and Annette Romo. Before our schedules got crazy, the four of us would get together and we would go walking at Salem Creek. And it was not only a time for Joe and me, but a time for Annette and her husband, and it was also a bonding time for Sergio and Joe. And so it was something that we got to do together, but yet we shared with friends.
Yeah.
So that was really very nice.
And so the next one is focus on affectionate touch. Now, I told you guys before, this is one of my favorites, affectionate touch. And, you know, that's what, whenever I think about this too, I think about Samson in the Bible. Samson and Delilah. Because, see, that's what got him in trouble, because he had his head in that woman's lap, you know. And so, but that's a very, at least very important thing to me. And I feel like a lot of men probably are the same way. You know, the physical touch, affectionate touch is very important.
Yeah, like when he's watching TV with me and we're in our bedroom and he lays his head on my stomach or my chest, I rub the back of his head like that, and he purrs like a little kitten.
I don't know about purring.
Yes, you do. You go,
Okay, all right. Okay, and the last one is practice being more emotionally vulnerable during sex. What you think about that one?
What you think about that one, Joe?
Well, I was thinking hard about this one because I was like, okay, because I was trying to think of an example, but then I thought about something that someone said about, it's either something that Tony Evans said or something that was in one of his books, but he was talking about, now this is going to sound kind of crazy, but he was talking about...
This whole video has been crazy, so don't worry about it.
He was talking about an egg and bacon sandwich, right? And so he was talking about in terms of what the pig gave to that bacon and egg sandwich and what a chicken gave to that bacon and egg sandwich. And he said that for the pig, it was a complete, total surrender, because the pig was dead because of that bacon and egg sandwich. But for the chicken, it was just a contribution to the bacon and egg sandwich. So being more emotionally vulnerable is a complete surrender during that time, and not just giving a contribution. For example,
so we's the bacon, not the eggs.
No. What I'm saying is, you know how sometimes you may feel like you are more into what you two are doing than the partner is, and it seems like, oh man, it's like okay, you initiated it, and then once you initiate it, and you feel like, man, it's like I'm doing all the work. Okay, so it's like one person totally surrendered to the act of sex, but the other one is just
there
adding a contribution. They're giving a contribution.
So is it like like paying your tithes grudgingly?
Yeah, it's like grudgingly paying your tithes. Yeah, so it's like that with the attitude, like, man or woman, go ahead and get what you want so I can go to sleep. Basically, you just giving a contribution, but you haven't. You're not emotionally
Attached.
or to the whole act of sexual intimacy. Okay, so whenever you, so I challenge you, whenever you and your spouse are in that moment, think about that egg and bacon sandwich. You don't want to be just a contribution, baby. You want to be the bacon. Now the bacon,
Ketchup.
Now the bacon on anything is good. When you add bacon to anything,
It's good.
it's good. So make sure that you're the bacon, you're not the eggs, and you're just not adding a contribution.
And you're adding the ketchup in his situation for the condiment, because this man loves ketchup to the point. The last time we had a cookout at Memorial Day weekend, when my daughter Hannah and her husband David were here, we had a cookout, and when everybody packed everything up, our ketchup got gone. For several weeks,
That was so low. Somebody took our ketchup.
So for the last several weeks, we haven't had any ketchup. This man has been bugging the crap out of me about, Miriam, get ketchup, get ketchup, get ketchup. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I did to him. I went to Aldi, got some ketchup, and I found a gift bag, the kind of bag that you can put like bottles of liquor or bottles of wine, that kind of thing in, that shape. And I put that big old bottle of ketchup in that bag, tied it real pretty, put tissue paper, just made it gorgeous, and I gave it to him for Father's Day.
Yeah, that was. Hey, I felt it before I opened it, and I was like, "This is ketchup."
And I said, "Well, it's what you've been wanting."
I said, "This is ketchup." But anyway, that was that added a good touch, a nice touch to the Father's Day. That was some Father's Day humor.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was good.
But don't you try putting ketchup on me later.
No,
okay?
no, I won't try to put no.
Oh, okay.
I ain't never tried that.
Okay, and don't.
I don't like ketchup on chocolate.
Oh.
Ketchup and chocolate is not good.
So silly.
Now, like I always ask, if there was anything in this episode that interests you, that you got out of, that you found educational, that you found funny,
Yeah.
humorous, or whatever, just like and share it. Okay, I'm sure that you have friends and family, married couples that you know that could really benefit from the conversation. So share it. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, go ahead on and subscribe. Also, I'm just letting you know in advance.
Look at the flowers, Lizzie. That's what Carol. That's what Carol said in The Walking Dead, because the little girl was crazy.
Now, where's this
She
coming
said,
from?
I just couldn't remember the little girl's name. It just came back to me.
All right.
She said, "Look at the flowers, Lizzie." And then she
Okay,
blew Lizzie's
okay,
brains out.
all right.
Okay, okay.
Y'all forgive her.
Okay.
But anyway, as always, what I was going to say is that now we're going to remind you once again, probably a few times before it happens, but we're going to have a live session coming up
In
August, and we're going to have a couple friend from church, a married couple friend from church.
Robert and Marlo Newman
Yeah.
are going to join us.
They're going to join us.
They've been onto the channel literally since day one. They've been one of our supporters since day one.
And just pray for us, because it's going to be our first time ever going live, so it's going to be interesting. But I know it's going to work out fine. And also, as always, in our description, you'll find some educational information, also some useful tools for your edification. And if you have a channel that you are putting out there, and like we are, then there's some equipment that you can use. So until the next time, have a blessed and prosperous
Bye-bye, y'all.
day.